Tiff on the block, shadow creeping deep. Punisher lurking, no time for sleep. CPS snakes stealing in the night. Family broken, but weeknight to fight. Posting secrets with ice in our vein. YouTube dropping bomb, breaking chains. Giving more pressure, we won't fall here. Just a rum to make them disappear. Tiff and the Punisher hit it. Fighting for freedom, they can't hold us back. Abolish CPS, catch it again. Exploding the truth in the trap of a time. Pump it up, pump it up. Pump it up, pump it up. Punisher roll, Tiff never cracks. Hit the gang, gang, gang. Justice in the trash. Punisher and beast motive, calling shots. Hitting off hard, connecting the dots. Kids trapped in system, parents in despair. But we're the underground, breathing rare air. Perk loading up like clips in the mag. Abolishing evil, wave the black flag. Slow down the vibe, but the fire stay lit. Victory creeping, feel the trap hit. Tiff and the Punisher hit it. Fighting for freedom, they can't hold us back. Abolish CPS, that's just gang. Exploding the truth in the trap of a time. Pump it up, gas, gas, gas. Pump it up, pump it up. Punisher rolls, Tiff never cracks. Hit the gas, gas, gas. Justice in the trash. Deep but dark, no escape right here. Tipping phones to the street, Punisher bring the fear. Family rising, system crumbling down. Trap justice burning, claim the crime. Pump it up, hold up, hit it. Pump it up, hold up, hit it. Pump it up, hold up, hit it. Pump it up, yeah. Tiff and the Punisher hit it. Fighting for freedom, they can't hold us back. Abolish CPS, cause it got gas. Exploding the truth in the trap of attack. Pump it up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Pump it up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Punisher roll, Tiff never cracks. Hit the gas, gas, gas. Justice in the trash, yeah, yeah.
They are taking our kids every day. I shout them in and no one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeves. You can't do what you're trying to do. We've done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, god damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids, pictures held up like thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. Give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher, sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows, and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stopping.
What's up, Tiff?
Not a whole lot. Got a new hat.
Yeah, you sure did. Look at that. All American, baby. I'm going gangster tonight. This is what I get. This is what I get. Like, yo, I need some donations. And then I get this. I guess we got to be careful of who we ask for donations from. I think I look good in it. Mary thinks I look too, like I got a Mr. T starter set or something. I don't know. I think this looks good. What's going on with you, Tiff? We got a guest tonight.
Oh, well.
We're going to expose some real stuff here. This is a very sad story that needs to be exposed. She's gone through a lot, and there's a lot of lies and deceit. And, I mean, it's a story of, well, I'll let Melanie come out, and she can explain it to us a little bit. Let's get Melanie out. Oh, Melanie, you were here and you're gone. Melanie, there you are. Can you hear us, Melanie? And she's gone. They're like, yeah, she's not going to tell her story here. They booed her right out of here. Wow.
Can you tell Becca what merchant means, please? Because she said
my man Dave Lips is in the house already. I can see that. Erica's here. John's in the house. Herbert, blast from our past, Mr. Herbert Petty, everybody. You know, everybody, this is my man Herb right here. Herb was back here at the beginning with us. Herb was actually long ago with me. Herb went a whole year with me one time, right before me and Tiff hooked up. Tiff came in and scared him away. But Herb was our police officer analyst, and he still would be if we ever get anybody that needs police questions. Herb's the guy that we go to. He's a good dude. He was a police chief for a lot of years. He worked at NYPD, the highway patrol. I mean, he had a lot of stuff. He was a good dude. Still is a good dude. But he left us to go to the massage world. Go figure. All right. Here comes Melanie. Let's see if Melanie can get back here with us. All right. Let's try it again. Uh-oh. We're going to run into the same thing. Melanie, do you have anything that you can go into Chrome on? Because we don't have your microphone. So that means that you got to be able to go back through Chrome and come in. I don't know if you're able to do that or not. Let me look here. I don't know why the hell they do that, man. You know, this just makes me so mad about this. Yeah, try to. Let me see here. If you have a way that you can come in, go back out and come in through Chrome, that would be huge. Otherwise, we're not going to have your microphone and stuff. And I want to get your story out because this is just crazy, and it needs to be told. So definitely want you to figure out how you can go in and out and come in through Chrome. Maybe copy and paste that link on the bar on your internet browser. If you copy and paste that link I sent you, there you go. I think she understands what she's got to do. I don't want to tell any of her story because I don't want us to not be able to have her on, and then everybody be left with like, what? You know, like they don't get to hear it. But while we wait, Tiff, what do you got going on? Anything good?
Well, not right now. Nothing good. A guy I've been helping for a couple years. I hadn't heard from him, and then one day I just get a text message from him. Was like, I hope this is still your number. I need your help. Can you please call me? So I called him. I'm probably the only person anybody knows that's had their number since 2001. My number's been the same that long. So I started helping him. I tried to help his attorney. His poor attorney's in over his head. So I'm gonna have to work on some things with you and help get him straight. It's just a mess. What's going on with you?
No, I'm just reading your lips, and I've been trying to figure it out and pretend like I could this whole time. But hold on, I'll figure this out. Because I could hear you before when we were in there talking. We were doing just fine.
You can't hear me?
I don't know what took place. Let me hear if I can hear a song here. Hold on. Nope, so I don't even hear that.
Well, it's on your end.
Hold on, Tiff. Let me push the button. Can I hear you now?
I don't know. Can you?
Sure can. Sound like a gem, just like a little fruit. All right, here comes Melanie. Let's see if we got her. All right, we got her now. We got the audio that we need. All right, Melanie, welcome aboard the Tiff and Punisher cruise line. Here she comes. All right, I want to know who's not. There she is, you son of a bitch. Hey, Melanie, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
We're good. We got you now. So, welcome to the Tiff and Punisher show.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
yeah. I hate that it's on these conditions and these terms. This is terrible. This isn't a great story at all. And where
It's been rough.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can only imagine. Yeah. Do you want to? I don't even know where to begin with this with you. Do you want to go ahead and just start up and just tell us what you got?
Yeah. My son was dating this girl. They were on and off for like 3.5 years. She was very toxic to him. Very abusive. Like I had pictures of her beating him. There was harassment. A no contact order was placed and a no trespass order was because she was making false calls saying that my son was trying to kill himself. And every time the cops showed up, Tyler wasn't even at home. He was with his friend, out with his friends or his landlord or his boss. And the cops even told him 2 weeks before we lost Tyler that if she kept calling and making these false calls, that they were going to get her for harassment. Her and Tyler were apart for 6 months. And in February of 24, she had posted on social media that she wanted my son to go live and shoot himself so she could laugh at him while he did it. They were apart for 6 months. And 2 weeks before that, my son kept telling me, "Mom, I'm having nightmares that she's going to kill me." And I had promised him that I would never allow that to happen. Well, Tyler decided maybe getting out of the scenery of his house, that getting a new place would help him with the memories. So he got a new place. He started his own business. He was working at Tyson's. He just got a brand new dog. I was with him the night before. And like I said, him and Monet were apart for 6 months. And I left him at 10 o'clock at night. That next morning, I had gotten a phone call off of some strangers. Like the cops used Monet's friend's phone to contact me. Okay. And this happened in Vinton, Iowa. I've lived in Vinton, Iowa my whole entire life. You know what I mean? There's no reason why they couldn't research better on how to get a hold of me. But they
Right.
called me on this ex's, his ex's girlfriend's phone, and tells me that I need to call the Vinton Police Department immediately. Well, I finally just gave in and I called, and of course the Vinton Police Department answered the phone. And instantly they told me that my son was dead and that he had shot himself. That's the first thing they said to me. And of course I freaked out. And I told them that he better be there. You know what I mean? That I wanted to see him. They said they didn't advise it. Well, do you know what? That's my parental rights. They can't tell me that. And I was an hour and a half away. I was taking care of my dad. He had heart problems. So I was taking care of my dad at the time. And so it took me about an hour and a half to get there. I get there, and of course Tyler's gone. They had sent him off to autopsy, not, obeying my wishes. Well, I come to find out that that she was there. They never told me that she was there. And they tried lying to me about the no contact order. And it clearly states that there was one. She even says it on the body cam that there was a no contact order, and she was worried about going to jail over that. Well, I was wondering why I didn't get my son's autopsy. And they had the cleaning crew come in there instantly and just clean everything up. So I finally got his autopsy back, and there was no gunpowder on his hands. When I got his investigation, which was just about a week ago, there was body cams, everything. When the cops walk into his house, they
Take your
open the door
time.
and they just look. They
Take your time.
opened the door and they said dead on arrival. Didn't check his heartbeat, didn't check his pulse, didn't even go near him. They called the ambulance, said dead on arrival. Ambulance shows up, and of course they found a heartbeat on Tyler and a pulse. And he even tried moving his jaw. They said get a cot, and by the time they brought that cot in, it was too late. Like the cops showed up at 10:54. His time of death was 11:11. They started going through his stuff. He smoked marijuana. He did. He didn't have no marijuana in there, just pipes. You know what I mean, and a grinder. They started treating him like he was a drug dealer. You know what I mean, just tearing through his house.
Yeah.
When I seen my son, he had his arms perfectly crossed, which is just odd to me. No, right when they walked in, like, the cops didn't do this, or this is how he looked when they walked in. Knowing that they had harassment, there was problems and a no contact order, she should have been arrested. When I got into my son's phone, when I found out when 911 was called, which was at 10:44, my son supposedly messaged someone at 10:51. There's no possible way that he could have done that. There's no way. They found there was a bloody towel in the bathroom with a handprint on it, and they even seen that in the body cam. They didn't take it. They checked their hands for gunpowder, but they didn't do anything with it. They said they don't use that anymore, that it's not reliable. What else? They improperly bagged my son's guns. They just threw them in stacks. Like one of his guns, they just threw in the back of the cop car. And they even said, the medical examiner even asked if they were doing it right, and they said no. We were just in a hurry and trying to clean up stuff around so the EMT could do their job. It was hard to watch. It was. They didn't even know his name. You know what I mean? Like, and of course, when the EMTs were working on him, the cops were not in there, so I could not see that. But he did have like an EKG. The EKG strip was left there. His heartbeat was at 47 beats per minute. So he was alive when they got there, which really just irked me. They were more concerned about, Monet and, because she was screaming, fake screaming, you know what I mean? Just, it was nuts. And I don't know, it was hard. Like, there's a history, like even in the investigation, people came forward, even as landlord, to say that Tyler's been, abused by her several times. A couple of his friends came and said that she's held a gun to him before. And I don't know why. I'm sure I know why they didn't tell me. You know what I mean? Because I don't know how I would have reacted. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But she wouldn't have done it again. You know what I mean? But it hurts me that this was happening and I was not aware of it. Like I really do wish that someone would have told me that she was doing this stuff to him. But there is statements in the investigation, of his friends telling them, that Tyler, this isn't the first time that Monet's pulled this stuff. They ask her on camera in the interview if she touched the gun. She's like, I don't remember if I touched the gun or not. But they didn't fingerprint that gun. They lied on the autopsy. They said that she was in the shower. And the cops, I have that on recording that no, she was not in the shower. But they lied on the autopsy and said that she was in the shower. So they didn't even do a proper investigation, like a death investigation on him. If they would have known that she was out there and like by him, they would have done a homicide. They would have checked for homicide, but they didn't because the cops lied on the autopsy. When you look at my son's arms, where they're crossed, there's 3 fingerprints that are on his arm, where they're crossed. There's no blood on my son's hands. I mean, they even, were wondering like why it didn't splat, like how it didn't splatter or, but even the EMT said, they waited too long. And I'm not saying that my son would still be here to this day, you know what I mean? Because I would not let him live like a vegetable, but I'm just angry he should have been taken to the hospital. You know what I mean? Like, and then I should have been able to see him. I should have been able to say goodbye, and they took that right from me. And the way they even called me and told me, you know what I mean? Like, what if I was by myself and I would have got that phone call? Like, I'm so blessed that my dad was with me at that time, but it was hard. Yeah. And I had to get a Chapter 22 violation on Vinton to receive Tyler's investigation. I think they knew exactly what they were doing because I have statute of limitations right now. You know what I mean? I only have till May to get something going. I had it out with the ombudsman in Iowa. They did say they took Tyler's case and they're looking at it over this week. I'm sending stuff off to Washington, D.C. to the ombudsman there. I've tried calling lawyers. You know what I mean? They're all like scared to take this case. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, but if someone really would watch the body cam, there's no lawyer that wouldn't want to, I mean, they even legally, they even say on camera that they're doing stuff wrong, like, I mean, they were searching through my son's game boards and stuff. He had a sorry game. They actually opened his game up and like shook the game to make sure, you know what I mean? I don't know what they were looking for. Well, I didn't really watch all the video cam because I got really upset. You know what I mean? I had to stop watching it, but my friend Kimmy was watching it and she had told me that they had went in the next day and found the casing or whatever to the bullet or the shell. And the shell was found underneath a blanket, which is just odd to me, because he wasn't underneath no blankets. He was on top of the blankets. I mean, there's just red flags, like for one, she posted on social media, she wanted my son to go live and shoot himself so she could laugh. Apart 6 months and she's there and all of a sudden he's gone. Tyler was just starting a new life, like he just started his own business, got a brand new place. You know what I mean? There was a no trespass on his other residence, but he didn't have time to get that no trespass, because he wasn't even moved in all the way. So, I mean, they're trying to use that, like, but there was a no contact. She had put a no contact order on him, and it states that in the investigation over and over. She was worried about going to jail over that investigation. You know, like, and she was worried about her prints being on that gun because she couldn't remember if she touched it or not, which is, you know what I mean, a lie. She was always in my son's phone. So I think that she, you know, because she tried saying that Tyler was on the phone with other girls and that's why they got in a fight. Tyler would not have done that. He would not have messaged any other woman with her there because he loved her a lot. He did. No matter what she did to him, he loved her. And you know, like, I lived with him the 6 months that they were apart. And, you know, he would wake up crying and stuff, like having nightmares that she was going to kill him. But he did it. He was overcoming it. At the end, when they closed the investigation, I had received an email from the officer, which we were supposed to have family meeting, like me and his dad. And you know, after the investigation, we were supposed to have a meeting. But no, they sent me this paper stating, you know, due to my son's mental health, that there's no way that Monet Elwick could have killed him. Well, for one, who are they to say that my son had a mental health problem? Okay. With all the false calls of him supposedly wanting to commit suicide, you know what I mean? If they thought that Tyler had a mental problem,